Saturday, May 25th, and I am starting off another week of vlogging for you all. This week will be kind of interesting. I guess I should probably introduce myself before I start talking about other things. I am Heather. I am a United Methodist pastor of two small member rural churches in mid-Michigan, kind of more towards the western side of the state. And I live in a parsonage near one of those churches with my two children, Abby and Philip, and our Rhodesian Ridgeback, Flint, who does make an appearance from time to time on the show, and he is laying on the floor like right over there, so he could very well make strange noises because he's a dog, and dogs make weird noises. Anyway, for those of you who are checking me out for the first time, I want to say welcome. Thank you for checking me out. For those of you who are coming back, thanks for coming back. What this is just a weekly vlog where I vlog a little bit every day, and it's kind of what I am knitting, what's going on in my life, that sort of thing. So this week will be a little bit interesting because at the end of the week, I will be leaving on Thursday and driving up to Traverse City in Michigan, which if you do the hand thing, Traverse City is like up here in the pinky. So I'm going to be going up there. It's about a 4-hour drive, and for annual conference, which is a yearly gathering of all of the clergy and lay representatives of every church in the state of Michigan, every United Methodist church in the state of Michigan, and it's where we decide on like actions for the conference and whatnot. Usually, it's a really the worship services are great. The legislative stuff can get a little bit tedious at times. But it is all necessary for doing the business of the church, and it's really nice to get together with other clergy and just kind of connect on that level. Sometimes, especially where I am at, I'm very rural, and sometimes I can kind of feel like I'm alone and isolated, so it's nice to reconnect with clergy and kind of remind myself that I am not crazy. And it should be an interesting one this year because of the general conference that happened in February and the way that went, and how upset and hurt so many people are regarding that decision. So it should be an interesting annual conference, to say the least. So I'm looking forward to it. I hate having to leave my kids. That stinks. My aunt will be staying with them Thursday night, and then seeing to it that they get to the appropriate places on Friday to spend the weekends with their dad. So I'm really appreciative to her for that. But yeah, so the way that I usually like to start these off is to talk a little bit about my knitting progress and what I've been working on. I did finish the baby sweater that I was working on for one of Abby's teachers. She's pregnant and expecting. I believe her due date is in June. So I knit a baby vertebrae, and I'm going to insert right here footage of that sweater. Hi guys, this is Heather from the past, and I told you that when I finished the baby vertebrae I would do a real quick little video and show you it, because I'm hoping that we can gift it to Abby's teacher really soon, because she's due really soon. So this is the completed newborn vertebrae. It is super cute. I did knit it on a bigger needle size, so I have no idea like what baby size this ended up being, but it turned out really cute. It did knit up really quickly. I probably could have knit it in like a couple of days if I just took the time to sit down and do it, but I really like how with the hand-dyed yarn you get these little like darker pops of color here. Yeah, so the yarn is from Chile Knitz, and I don't know if she dyes this colorway anymore. It's called Sea Glass, and it's on her sock base, so it's a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and I really hope that her teacher likes it. I think this will be a nice little baby sweater that you can just kind of slip on over their arms to keep them warm in like air conditioning and stuff. So, and it's pretty lightweight, but I thought it turned out really cute. So hooray for another finished object. So besides that, that's the only thing that I have finished. I have been working on a pair of socks for Abby, and I forgot to grab my sock blockers. I meant to do that, and I didn't, and they're over there, so we're just not going to put this on there. I finished the first sock, and this is a pair of Hermione's everyday socks. So many people have knit these. This is a pattern that like everyone knits. It's a really, really nice basic textured sock pattern. So this is the first one, and that is done. And then the second one, I'm not all that far along on. I'm just kind of like a few repeats into the leg of the second one for her. The yarn is, I got actually from Joann Fabric, and I've been really pleased with it, to be perfectly honest with you. It's called Premier Serenity. It's a merino blend with some rayon from bamboo and nylon, and it's actually really soft and quite light, and I'm pleased with how it's turned out. I think the Hermione's looks really nice on it. So yeah. Oh, I did do the heel that comes with the pattern. Typically I do a fish lips kiss heel, but I did not do that for these because I do like the heel flap and gusset on the Hermione's. I feel like it just makes the pattern complete, so to speak. So anyway, so I'm not super far into that. But I do, because for those of you who've been following along with us for a while, you know that I always have socks on the needles. Always. Usually vanilla socks. But that's such a simple, basic pattern that I don't need to have vanilla socks because I don't need to think about that one at all. And then I usually have another project. So I am in between other projects at the moment, but I know what I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to cast on two things. One is going to be a sweater for Abby. Hold on, let me lean and grab. And it's Andrea Mowry's So Faded. I've knit one of these for myself. You may have seen me wearing it on the vlog or when I was podcasting even. And so it's the So Faded pullover by Andrea Mowry. And she went stash diving, and these are the colors that she picked out. They are all from Molly of a Homespun House. Let's see if I do have the tags, so let me grab tags so I can tell you what they are because I don't remember. They're all Harry Potter. Oh no, one is not. 3 of them are Harry Potter yarns. One is from the Advent calendar. I probably could have been a little better organized for this. I apologize. So the first one is this, and that one is called Weasley's Wizarding Wheezes, and it's just kind of a really fun, colorful yarn. The second one will be this one, which is, they're all pretty pink, which surprised me that this is what she picked because she's not really a pink person, but she thought that it would look nice together. This one is called Gumdrops and Candy Canes, and like I said, that was from the Advent calendar. This one is the third one that she chose, and this one is called The Letters from No One. And then the last one is this one, and this is actually the very first Molly yarn I ever got, and I just never did anything with it. And this one is called You're Going to Suffer, but You're Going to Be Happy About It. So yeah, so those are the 4 colors that she chose for her So Faded. So I am going to be casting that on. I am not telling her I'm casting it on, but I want to work on it kind of quietly, so where she's not necessarily seeing it, and gift it to her either for her birthday or for Christmas, just kind of depending on when I'm getting it done. But I'd like to get started on it and at least get done with the increases and get to just the body, because that would be a really nice thing to have with me at annual conference that I can just knit around and around on, because yeah, there's definitely the need for knitting at annual conference. That is for certain. But the second thing that I'm going to cast on, and this is for me, and this is the Tegna by Caitlin Hunter of Boylan Knitworks. A lot of people are knitting this. This is what it looks like. It's a short sleeve, like positive ease sweater with this really beautiful lace detail at the hem of it. So I'm looking forward to knitting that. And for my birthday, David had gifted me a gift card to my local yarn shop. So I went in there actually today and I picked out these beautiful skeins for my Tegna. It's not what I was originally going to do. Originally, I was thinking about getting like a chocolatey brown tonal, but there was only one skein of the colors, like the browns, that I had in my mind at the yarn shop. There were some just like solids, but I kind of wanted it to be tonal. I didn't want it to be just totally solid. I wanted that little bit of variability that comes with a tonal yarn. I had thought about dyeing a couple of skeins myself for it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go with this, which I think it will be very springy. It makes me think of spring. I really like these colorways, and I just, for whatever reason, was being drawn to them. These are from AJHC Wools, which they do have, I believe they have an Etsy shop. This is in their basic sock, which is a superwash merino nylon, and the colorway is called Speckled Nymphs. They're both the same. They've got like some green and some pinky speckles, and there's yellow, and there's even some blue in there. So there's lots of different color speckles, and I think it will highlight the pattern really well. There was a couple of skeins from La Jolla, or Ba Wools, their La Jolla base, but the yardage was less, and I felt like I didn't know how true that yardage was, because sometimes that's what the yardage is listed, but then it's actually more. But I didn't know for sure, and I knew that with this, 2 skeins was going to be enough. Whereas with the La Jolla, I wasn't sure if 2 skeins was going to be enough, and I didn't want to purchase a 3rd skein and then just have this extra skein lying around, or use just like a tiny bit of it. So I did not do that. But I am planning on casting both of those on. I'll probably wait to cast on the Tegna a little bit and just get Abby's started and work on that while she's not here, and then tuck that away when she gets home, and then maybe cast on the Tegna. Obviously I haven't caked that yarn up yet, so I need to do that. So that is my knitting plans for the coming week. We'll see how readily I am able to stick with those plans, because you just never know what's going to happen throughout the week. So I'm gonna sign off for now, and I will be checking in with you guys a little bit later. So it's now Monday, Memorial Day, so it's May 27th, and I have had a really calm, relaxing sort of a weekend. It's been kind of nice. I've missed the kids. It would have been nice if the kids had been able to be here, but I was able to just kind of relax a little bit, get caught up on some things, get some knitting done. Today was a beautiful day, so I even managed to get out and go for a run with Flint, and that was the first run of the year outside, so that was awesome. Of course, now it's clouding over and it's going to rain again. It has been raining a lot around here, and I live in a farming area where there's a lot of people, especially in my congregations, who their livelihood is farming, and the fields have been so wet because it has been raining so much that people haven't even been able to plant, and it's almost June. So it's getting a little scary for some of those people. So we're really hoping that the rain will let up for several days so that the ground will dry enough that they can get out there and plant, because it's scary to think about. I don't know. So that's kind of what we're hoping, that it'll stop raining and they can get in the fields and then start raining again to thereby water their crops. But anyway, I wanted to show you, I did cast on Abby's So Faded sweater that I told you I was going to do. And so I've made a little bit of progress with that. So here it is. I haven't joined in the round just yet, but I'm very, very close to doing that. So this will be the back, and then it'll connect in the front. it just gives it a little bit of shaping so you can tell what the front and the back of the sweater is. But yeah, this is the first colorway, which is from Molly of a Homespun House, and this is one of the Harry Potter Club colorways called Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, and this little lollipop charm came with it, and I thought that was really cute and really sweet to put on there. So making some progress on that. She'll be home, I'm tipping the camera, she'll be home tomorrow, so I won't work on it when she's around, because even though she knows I'm making it for her, I still kind of want it to be a little bit of a surprise. So when she gets home, I'll switch to working on either finishing up her Hermione's Everyday Socks or my Tegna, which I am going to swatch for today, I think, because I'd like to swatch for that and see what size needles I'm going to use. The pattern says there's a lot of variability, and so I'm not sure. I know what my gauge is for the So Faded on a US 6 4mm needle, and it is, I need to go up a needle size for the Tegna, so I'm going to try a 7 of 4.5mm, and then I don't know, maybe I'll even have to go to an 8. We'll see. We will see what ends up happening. So yeah, I just wanted to show you my progress on that and check in real quick, because I've got to leave in just a moment to go get Philip and bring him home for the evening. So I will talk to you guys again a little bit later. So it is now Wednesday, May 29th, and I'm at the bus waiting to get Philip off the bus. It's been, for going away and not needing to like do some of the obligations that I have to do on a daily basis, it's been kind of busy. I'm getting ready to go and kind of leave things behind. So I did a lot of cleaning of my house because my aunt is coming to stay and she likes things to be kind of clean, and it's funny like that. So she is staying tonight and gonna kind of witness me putting on the kids on the bus tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be off. I am sneakily knitting away on Abby's pullover. I've joined it in the round now, so I think I'm almost to the point where I'm gonna work on adding the second color and fading that in. I don't think I'm going to get separated for the sleeves before I have to leave tomorrow, because there's still quite a bit to do before I get to that point. So I don't think I'm going to get to that. But anyway, I just wanted to check in because I have not checked in since earlier in the week, and I am leaving tomorrow. I will probably record a little bit of the conference, and if I do anything interesting, I will record it. If not, there might not be much more of interest. So I will check in with you guys later. Friday now, May 31st, and I have made it up to Traverse City to my annual conference. I'm in my hotel room, and the first day of conference was good. We did some good things in the clergy session that were really awesome. I'm not going to talk too much about that right now, but it may be a first step to some things that will be happening within the United Methodist Church. So that was really exciting. It's really good to connect and see friends of mine that I went to licensing school, because some of them, this is the only time I get to see them. So I'm getting to reconnect with them. I'm about to head downstairs for our opening worship service for today, and another day of just being together with other clergy, other United Methodists, learning some things, having some boring parts, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, so it's been good so far. So I will check in with you guys later. Saturday now. June 1st. It is already June. I don't know how that happened, but it is June. And it is day 3 of annual conference. And it is a really gloomy, crummy day, which is I'm okay with because I have to be inside all day. Yesterday it turned out to be a really nice day and we had the evening off. So I went with a friend of mine from licensing school and some people that she knew. We went and had a really nice dinner, and then we went up to the point of the peninsula that we're on and walked around on the beach a little bit and went up to a winery and did like a little wine tasting because there's a lot of wineries in this area, and it had the most beautiful, breathtaking view, and I'll have put in some footage of that because it was really, really beautiful. Today is not going to be very exciting. It is all day in the room that we are in, going through all of the business of the church. We do have opening worship this morning, and that will be good. But yeah, it will be kind of a long day, lots of knitting. When I get back home tomorrow, I will do a video that kind of goes over all of the knitting that I did. I did finish Hermione's everyday socks yesterday, but I am now just working on my So Faded for her. So that's kind of what the day is going to look like, and I will check in with you guys later. In the Lord, we are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord, and we pray that all unity in one may be restored, and the world we are Christians by our love, yes, the Lord we are Christians by our love. Hi guys, so it's Sunday now, June 2nd, and it is the last day of annual conference. There's not a whole lot going on this morning, just like an opening devotion time and then some setting of some reports. Yesterday turned out to be kind of a boring day. The sessions were not that great, and there was a lot of voting for our delegates to General Conference 2020. And as a licensed local pastor, I'm not allowed to vote in those. That's a whole other thing that I could go into about the voting rights at annual conference of licensed local pastors. We basically don't have any. We can't vote in clergy session. We can't vote on general conference legislation. We can vote on legislation that applies specifically to our conference, but that's it. And there was only one piece of that legislation, so I spent most of the time not really being able to do anything, which was very frustrating. Very frustrating. So we ended up skipping out early on one of the sessions and going out and having dinner, and that was nice. And sometimes it's the networking and the connecting that happens that's much more useful than the things that are actually happening in session. So that happened. This afternoon is ordination. I am not staying for ordination because I have to go get Philip, and actually I believe I'm getting Abby this evening as well. So I am gonna skip out mid-morning and head for home because I'm ready to go home, and I need to get my kids, and I'd like to get home and kind of get things settled a little bit before they show up. So I'm going to be doing that, and I will check in with you guys later. Hi guys, it's now Sunday afternoon, and I am back home from annual conference. I have a couple of hours before I have to get kids. This morning ended up being not as uplifting as other days. So I left after a break because I was just ready to come home and be back home. So I am home now, and it's nice to be home. It's quiet in my house. So I've just been taking a few minutes to just sit quietly. And I thought that I would just, before I get the kids and start doing all of that, I would just show you how things went with my knitting, and I'd touch a little bit on what happened this weekend, and then just kind of sign off. So this weekend, as I've alluded to several times, was the annual conference. Some positive things happened after the general conference ruling in February regarding human sexuality. The Michigan Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church has taken some steps to show their support and solidarity for LGBTQ individuals, our brothers and sisters that identify as such. And there are plans in place to take some action to keep fighting for this, because this is truly something that we believe is right and something that we believe is consistent with the Spirit that the Bible teaches us about Christ. So that was very positive. And the clergy session voted to uphold a statement made by our Board of Ordained Ministry that said that they were not going to investigate into people's sexuality as far as their candidates for ministry, saying that they believe that God calls all people. And likewise, the clergy upheld that and also confirmed for commissioning, which is not the same as ordination, but it's like the first step towards ordination to individuals who identify as LGBTQ. So that was kind of momentous, and kind of a first step and a first statement in saying that we disagree very strongly with the action that was taken at General Conference. So we're still not sure what's going to end up happening in the long run. There's still a lot of uncertainty, but I felt like there were some glimmers of hope that came out of that. So that was good. So yeah, as I said, I am now back home, and I did, because there was a lot of just sitting and listening, or sitting and not being able to vote on anything. So I did get some knitting done. I finished Abby's Hermione's Everyday Socks. So those are done. I think I talked about what the yarn was before, so I'm not going to go over that again. But those are done. I'll give those to her tonight because I will be getting her this evening too. At least I'm pretty sure I will be. And then I made quite a bit of progress on her So Faded pullover. Let me just pull this out carefully and make sure that I do not drop any stitches, because that is no good to do that. I am on to the second color of the fade. The sleeves are separated and so now I'm just kind of knitting around and around. So here it is so far. You can see, kind of see how it looks. So that's her fade thus far. I skipped out on a session yesterday, so I didn't get as much knitting done as I might otherwise have gotten done, and it took me a little while to get to the point to be separated. But overall, I'm fairly pleased with my progress. Like, I just started like really knitting on this exclusively at annual conference yesterday, and then I didn't really knit on it today. So this is what I knit yesterday. It's like all of that. And that was before sleeves were separated for, so there's still quite a few stitches to go around. So this will become something that I just work on really when Abby is not around, because I still kind of want it to be a little bit of a surprise for her when it is finished. So I'll work on that when she's not around. And then I think I will, if she's coming home today, I'll probably cast on my tegna today. If not that, then another pair of socks, because I don't have any socks right now because I finished those. And I did not bring any yarn to cast on more socks. So that's kind of in my mind of what I'm going to be doing in today and tomorrow. So I think that that's all I'm gonna do for this week. It was kind of an extended one because of annual conference. It made more sense, I felt, to just kind of cap it all off with that at the end. So thank you so much for tuning in and for watching and kind of being with me through this week of conferencing and just everything that was going on with that. I did have a good weekend. I was able to get away and spend time with friends that I don't get to see very often and enjoy myself, as well as, being engaged and part of ministry. So it was a good weekend, but I am glad to be back home. So thank you so much for watching. I won't be vlogcasting next week, but I will be in the following week as much as I can with the kids out of school. That will get a little bit more challenging, I believe. It might not, but it could. So there might be a little less vlogging happening over the summer, but I'll do the best that I can to keep you guys updated with what is going on. So thank you again so much for checking me out, and I hope you guys have a great couple of weeks, and I hope you are starting to get some summer weather wherever you are, and maybe the rain stops. That'd be nice. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.